So here we are talking about the G&G GR4 G26 DST airsoft gun. It is a CQB length M4 airsoft gun. Very comfortable. It's got a great Magpul style design, but it's not Magpul. No disrespect to Magpul, but I kind of like this better. It's extremely comfortable. Even the magazine, which comes with it, 450 round high cap, has a contoured nylon, actually it's a contoured rubberized outer coating, and it holds very, very easy in the hand, and it actually makes for a very good foregrip if you, well, because you can't actually pull one on here, there's no rail on the bottom of the handguard. This is one of the most comfortable airsoft guns I've ever had the opportunity to use. It's got a cool little battery compartment here in the stock. Fits the GR123A batteries, which power the laser light and flashlight. It's got a multi-position stock with a really cool rubberized coating and a nice little contour here for your shoulder. It's very comfortable. It's got a cool integrated front flip-up sight, and it's got a removable rear flip-up sight. The design philosophy for this gun seemed to be to create an airsoft gun that was very comfortable and had everything you could need for CQB use. It's got a very good rate of fire. It fires about 18, actually I think the rating was 18.33 rounds per second, and that's with a 9.6 volt battery that goes in the handguard. It's got a little half nunchuck looking thing here. It's got a pretty good rate of fire, about 360 FPS, and this was, I believe, a new gun that G&G let us use here. We're going to send it back after this review, but that should come back down to about 350, 355 once you use it for a little bit, once you break it in. And that's plenty for most CQB indoor arenas. The cool features here on the handguard are that it's got a built-in laser sight, which you can engage by twisting this little nub in here. Jean-Luc Picard moment. The laser is pretty decent quality. I mean, it's probably just a laser pointer that they somehow, embedded into this handguard, but as far as laser pointers go, it's very useful. It doesn't diffuse much at longer distances. For most CQB arenas, it's going to be an amazing sight to have on you. The other cool thing that they put in the handguard is a retractable flashlight. So you push this little guy up here, and it's a flashlight. The flashlight looks like it's a decent LED model. It is not bright enough to use as a primary light during outdoor field play, but for an indoor, darker indoor CQB arena, maybe like Tac City and Fullerton, this is going to be more than enough. It's got, it'll definitely help you see what you're shooting at. The delta ring here does not move like on a lot of M4s. This is actually the biggest drawback of this airsoft gun, is that to get to your battery compartment, you got to pull up on the laser pointer here. You got to push this, push the top of the handguard forward, and then you got to finagle it out of here. And I'm not going to go through the process of doing it because it's a little less frustrating, but still somewhat frustrating to put it back on. That being said, that's the biggest drawback of this gun. If you're doing a very long game and you're going to need to change your batteries, it's probably not going to be the easiest thing to do while you're under fire. So to talk a little bit about the internals of this airsoft gun, it's got a full metal version 2 gearbox with 8mm oilless bushings, and it's got zinc alloy gears. It is somewhat reinforced just out of the box. I mean, again, they've definitely put some features into this. I mean, the inner barrel's 233 millimeters long, and it's a 6.05 tighter bore barrel, which is better than a lot of stock airsoft guns give you. So the gearbox is somewhat reinforced. It's got a good rate of fire, like I said, about 18 rounds a second on a 9.6 volt battery. I would recommend this as a shorter game weapon, or something that a buddy of mine who was on the field with me was doing was in a sniper role or a DMR role. Obviously, this is not a DMR weapon or a sniper weapon in itself, but as a carbine backup, this makes for a great backup airsoft gun for a sniper. It's very light, at about 5 pounds. It's got plenty of sling points. Here are 2 QDs in the back, 2 QDs in the front, and a single point sling mount here on the stock tube. And you could very easily throw this over your shoulder or keep it nearby, and it won't really get in your way. Plus, it's nice. It's a desert tan color, so it's a little more easily camouflaged, especially if you put some webbing over or something. So for a sniper in a field environment, while I wouldn't advise this as a primary gun in like a mil-sim field type of game, as a backup piece, this is going to be great. A lot of fields out there require you as a sniper to have some sort of a backup gun that shoots under a certain FPS, just to make sure you're not, plinking at people at close range with your 500 FPS sniper rifle. This fits that bill. It's a very comfortable to use, very light, short in stature, but good rate of fire airsoft gun. It features the G&G pneumatic blowback system, which, unlike normal electric blowback systems, will not damage your piston. And it kind of creates a cool little bit of feedback, cool little bit of extra noise. It's fun. The flash hider here on the GR4 G26 is unlike a lot of orange flash hiders that companies will put on their airsoft guns, which are just like these generic models that you see. They throw them on. Even expensive guns sometimes get these little just cheapy flash hiders. This is actually a really nice flash hider. It's a little big, but it's got a really cool little aggressive look to it. If you've got to have an orange tip on your gun, this is not a bad one to have on it. Again, for magazines, G&G includes a 450 round high cap. I hope they get these contoured mags in mid caps because they are so comfortable. And again, they work as a foregrip for the gun, which is just brilliant. The GR4 G26 will not work with a VFC mid cap. They will not lock in, but the gun will work with KWA mid caps. No problem. So just, be warned, but make sure you check your mags for compatibility before you go buying them for this thing. So yeah, overall it's a 4 out of 5 star gun for me. Retails for about $270, and I highly recommend you pick one up for CQB play or as a backup rifle if you're a sniper.